Alright, so earlier today we got dev notes talking about some of the stuff to expect from the next update. We're going to be having, by the way, a live stream reveal of this Ragnarok festival coming up tomorrow. 69th edition. Hilarious. Alongside it, a big new demonic beast is dropping. So, obviously, we've had, 5 demonic beasts by now. This is going to be a completely different thing, because this demonic beast, highest level demon battle stage, being called, where is it, Transcendental Demonic Beast, seemingly is going to be a harder, hardest of all, and it's not going to be dropping materials to craft holy relics, but to upgrade holy relics. So, we've had leaks of this system months and months and months ago, and they even talk about somewhere here, along with the update of Transcendental Demonic Beasts, a Holy Relic Enhancement System be added. The Holy Relic Enhancement System was originally scheduled for an update in the second half of last year, so 2023. However, as we have mentioned several times in our developer notes, we were planning to update the True Awakening system, and yeah, dropping both together would have been terrible. It would be too much. But this is dropping Holy Relic Enhancement System. I was hoping it wouldn't be the way they're doing. So how this is gonna work is, all it does really is increases attack, defense, and HP of Holy Relics. That's really it. That's all it does. I was hoping what it would actually do is, instead of, this is going to be a system like most where it's going to drop in the game and you're going to grind it and you can pick whatever character. So let's say, for example, one I would say almost everyone's going to do as one of their first is going to be Nanashi. Giving him basic stats would be like very, very powerful, just getting more CC for this guy, because he sucks, right? And having, he sucks in terms of the CC. Obviously he's a phenomenal character with the Holy Relic, but the CC really drags down Unknown. It's not a team that can go first really at all, unless you are fighting people with much lower boxes than you. But there's a lot of characters. I was hoping instead they would have gone with a system where they go back, like all the way back to the old Holy Relics and then update them. Because obviously those older Holy Relics suck. I mean, I don't even have to tell you, look. This character got the saddest Holy Relic ever. Blue the One. Remember when this came out? How disappointing it was? Especially because back then, we had like 2 versions of Escanor. It was just based in this guy. And we haven't had an Escanor in a while. And then they dropped this garbage Holy Relic. In PvP, ignores 30% defense. Which, if it was 30% defense related stats, it would have been very good back then. He would still suck now, but it would have been very good back then. The thing is, raw defense, which is what this is ignoring, is worthless. Just regular defense, basic defense stat is pretty much a pointless stat. It doesn't really do much unless the character scales with it, right? So, the relic doesn't do anything. It's just a worthless relic. If they would go back and change some of these relics, that would have been cool. But it's just going to increase the basic stats for the character, so it's hardly much. It's going to be good for a lot of these characters that are trying to compete with UR festivals. For example, Fitoria. Fitoria is a character that's kind of meta right now. She's probably going to be even better after this new festival, considering the new festival is probably going to be unknown. But she has to fill in big shoes because she's competing against UR festivals. Well, if she can get a good amount of basic stats from this patch, that'll be very good for her because UR festivals don't have Holy Relics. So we'll see how impactful this Holy Relic upgrade system will even be. I don't remember if the leaks that we got showed. If anyone can put in the comments if they remember. If the old leaks for the system showed how much basic stats it would give. I don't recall if it did, but it might just be case-by-case basis where some characters get more, some characters get less. Because if you don't know, that is the case for Super Awakening. Super Awakening, some characters get way more stats by Super Awakening than others. It's kind of like, I don't know if someone went in and actually made the numbers specific for each character. It felt like back then when Super Awakening was being a thing, but I don't know. In any case, it is a system. It's going to be coming out. And we'll see. When I first looked at this dev notes, because this was from a couple hours ago, I am a little late on this because there's like construction outside my house, and I was like, I'm going to wait for these guys to end because it's so goddamn loud. It's not done yet, but I was like, okay, I guess I will just record. Hopefully it's not being picked up on the microphone. I really hope it's not, but it's super loud. In any case, when I first saw this, I was like, oh, there's like this demonic beast. Maybe there's no festival, right? Maybe there's no Ragnarok festival, and they're just teasing this. And maybe there is a character, right? Because they had the teaser for a character. But no, it is going to be a festival. Because I thought, you know, they might have like a live stream just for this demonic beast. It's going to be like a transcendental demonic beast, which again, by the way, I assume is going to be the hardest demonic beast ever. It's going to be interesting to see how hard it is. Oh yeah, at some point here they talk about, so we were adjusting difficulty and passive gimmicks of the lower stages, so maybe the lower difficulties are not going to be very hard, but like the highest difficulty is going to be super hard. This is the case for the squirrel, by the way. Like the squirrel, floors 1 and 2 are very easy, and level like floor 3 are very hard. In addition, after clearing the beast until the reset date, we also plan to introduce a system that allows you to repeatedly challenge the beast using the party you have organized. I wonder if you can do as many times as you want and keep getting rewards. Maybe you get more in the first clear, and then, you know, in the subsequent clears until the reset week happens, you get less each time you complete it. I wonder how this is going to happen, but we'll see. Personally, I feel like the game would do very well with very difficult fights that are a one-time thing. You know, these fights coming out and these demonic beasts and stuff where you have to do them every single week to keep up is just very annoying. And you know, they even talk about this here, like the monster battle is a stage clearing strategy content and takes more time to play than any other content. So if you may be concerned that the addition of higher stages will cause players to become more fatigued. That's what I'm saying, like you have to do the rat, which takes a while, by the way. Even if the good team, but especially if you don't have Valenti. And then now I'm also gonna have to every single week do this, plus all the other content in the game that you have to do weekly. You know, they'll come back. I like the content they have in that game because it's like they release new stages, which technically are all the same thing. You're just fighting a boss, right? But you clear them once, and then there's missions to clear of categories. But you clear them once, and once you clear them, it's over. You don't have to clear them ever again. They release new content, then you have to clear the new content, but I think stages like that would be nice for this game, but they keep releasing these stages where it's a weekly thing. But there is going to be a festival. I didn't see in the JP patch notes. The JP forum didn't have a post talking about it, but the Korea does. I saw this tweet by Morelli here. In the Korean one, they talk about the stream being called Global 4.5 Anniversary God Festival. So if you don't know, in the teaser that they had, this one, some people picked up that what they showed here are all the God Ragnarok characters, because if you don't know, in the game, if you go by categories, one of the categories is gods. Not to be confused with goddesses. Goddesses are this, or this is archangels. Well, whatever. But this is gods, and it's from Ragnarok. There's a different name, but it's gods. So there's going to be a festival character that's going to be coming in right here to this category. There's definitely a chance that this new character has a passive that relates to gods. So maybe we can see a tier holy relic coming in with this update, and maybe a hell holy relic as well, or either or, right? I would bet on Tyr getting a holy relic first. You know, he's older. And maybe the character has a passive that's like per each god character on the team, X, you know, something. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think it's more likely that she's gonna be, or we don't know what a character is exactly, but they're probably gonna be a unknown base character, not like a god based character, I don't think. But yeah, so it's gonna be a festival. Some other stuff that they're dropping with this update. They're changing some Guild Wars stuff. I'm gonna be honest, I read this, but the translation from Google Translate makes it very odd because if you don't know, this is Japanese, right? This is being translated Google Translate, which is fine, like it's understandable, but whenever it's like very long sentences, all the repetition of words makes it very hard to actually understand. But essentially, they realize that it's very, 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 very garbage to have to do guild boss every single time you want to get your guild ranked for a guild war, because it's two completely different game modes. Like, guild wars should determine your league on guild wars, not guild boss, and it seems like they're gonna make changes to make that better. So like your results of your guild on guild wars will matter at least a little bit instead of mattering none in terms of your ranking the next season. At least it's what I took from here. In any case, I don't play guild wars. If the data is right, 99% of you don't play either. So for the 1% of you that play Guild Wars, I hope this system ends up being better for you, because I know for a fact that any help would be nice for you guys. Now, this other addition here is quite interesting. So, Book of Heroes. They kind of talk about this as if they ever mentioned this before. I don't recall them ever mentioning Book of Heroes as a thing before, if anyone remembers this being any other dev note, but essentially it's sort of like an extension of the Heroes Path, but for festivals. Whenever they have a big celebration such as an anniversary, they drop a bunch of rewards, and let's say you start playing during the tail end of the celebration, you end up missing all of the rewards. What they're pretty much doing is, after you're done with Heroes Path, so this is for like beginner players essentially, you unlock the Book of Heroes, and each festival that drops, because, you know, festivals aren't just a banner. They are a major celebration. This is why dropping multiple festivals per year is not necessarily a bad thing if you know who to summon for, because they give a lot more rewards during these celebrations than like a random... If this was like a random Ragnarok celebration, they would give a ton less stuff than now. They're probably going to give a ton of free gems, just free rewards in general, because it's going to be a festival. And if you skip like Sabnak and you're going to skip this, depending on what the characters do and stuff like that, you know, it ends up being a lot better for you than them just dropping random ass celebrations. In any case, so I want to pick from one of these that makes sense. Give me a second. Yeah, right, this pretty much explains it. Book of Heroes is a system that opens at the start of a festival and allows players to earn rewards by completing missions that are unlocked on each day. We've had a system like this. I don't remember the name of it, but... And even after the festival ends, players can still receive the main rewards provided during the festival through Book of Heroes. Book of Heroes will be added to the Adventure Journal one by one in each festival season, and players who have multiple can earn accumulated rewards by clearing them in order. So this is going to be for essentially players that don't have time to do stuff during celebrations, should do them even after. You can pause and read the whole thing. I'm just kind of summarizing because I don't want to read verbatim. We'll get better, like a better look at the system once it actually drops in game. This is probably going to be a system that's going to be releasing with the new update, so once it's actually in game, it's going to make a lot more sense to just see it. And they're changing some storage. And that's pretty much it for the dev notes. I will be curious to see what they do for this boss. I like playing difficult activities, and we'll see what teams end up being created. To be honest, I can't imagine it being any different, unless obviously the beast has very specific mechanics, sort of like Ret. I can imagine it being very different than the god combo that we have of Meliodas, right? And then Liz, LR Liz, and then whoever else, you know, like LR Zeldris or Green Diane, like whoever else. That, you know, combo is crazy. But we'll see, because they might drop in some very specific mechanics. Maybe they'll even do some way to not allow LR Liz to thrive in this boss. I mean, it would be very in character for them to do that. They like to not allow characters people like using to be used. In any case, that's pretty much it. We'll see what happens tomorrow with the patch, or with the stream.